In the start of book throwaway mystery, Frank and Joe are in Egypt. They see a murder from their hotel room, which leads them deep into a drug cartel turf war. They avoid being killed by 5 assassins by using a stun grenade and a high-tech tripwire. Why is it the Hardys get cool gadgets in the throwaway mystery, but not the actual mystery?
Argo Funk Book Review, Argo Funk Book Review.
The Hardys are accosted by a pushy salesman who wants to sell them a DVD. The DVD cover is Frank and Joe riding camels while being chased. Either this is their next mission, or it's a really weird knockoff movie. A famous explorer recently discovered the legendary Tomb of the Golden Mummy. He was murdered last month. His girlfriend is the beautiful heiress Samantha Chilton. Samantha is a total airhead, yeah? Samantha Chilton is a clear parody of Paris Hilton, only she's British. I have no idea why American Teens Against Crime has an Egyptian mission for a British woman. That seems like it would be out of scope for an American agency. Samantha has the map to the treasure. She plans to discover the lost tomb and record the whole trip as a reality TV show. Frank and Joe convince Mom to let them go by pretending they won a contest. Off the top of my head, I remember they used the exact same excuse to go to Hollywood and the Virgin Islands. I'm surprised Mom isn't more suspicious that they constantly win trips to distant places. They join the expedition by pretending to be reporters for Beautiful People magazine. Samantha loves the idea of being in a magazine. She's so happy she, quote, twitched her pretty little nose and made a happy, excited yip. Is she a dog? Sam's boyfriend is a professional bodybuilder named Tommy McGurk. He's constantly angry and spends most of the book threatening Joe for getting too close to his girlfriend. Normally I would say Tommy is overprotective, but in this case, Joe 100% wants to make out with Samantha. He takes every excuse he can to touch her. It's actually kind of creepy. Tommy is right to keep an eye on Joe. The expedition includes 3 camera crewmen and Dr. Munir, an incredibly fat man who won't stop talking about the mummy's curse. He brings a gorgeous graduate student named Layla Abdul, so Frank can have someone to crush on. And so there can be drama, they invited Munir's chief rival, Dr. Igor Volsky. Volsky's terrified of something secret. We never find out what his secret fear is, so let's say it's sand. He hates sand, that's why he's in a bad mood for the entire book. Everyone fights over the curse, and Sam is attacked by a mummy. This restarts the "Are mummy curses real?" fight, until Frank discovers a roll of gauze nearby. Clearly, someone disguised themselves as a mummy. Sam says it wasn't Dr. Munir, because he's too fat to be a mummy. Ouch! Dr. Munir wants a group of thugs to guide them across the desert. A shady man named Ahmed the Happy Hippie arrives. He cheats his way into the expedition by tainting the chef's food. Frank and Joe see Ahmed do this, but they don't say anything. I'm not sure why. You would think they'd be suspicious of the total stranger with a history of cheating, lying, and poisoning, but I guess not. The Hardys interview Sam, who is totally unaware her life is in danger. She didn't know her ex was killed over the expedition. She thought he stopped calling because he was ghosting her. Sam promises to keep the map hidden inside her belly bag at all times, and she has the camera guys set up a camera outside her tent. There's more curse talk. Layla tries confiding in Frank, and he's conflicted. On one hand, he can't give away their mission. On the other hand, she is hot. He feels bad when he's forced to push her away. Samantha isn't smart, so she takes off her belly bag to go to sleep. Someone breaks into the tent and steals her map. The video camera reveals both Layla and one of the thugs snuck into the tent. The thug is found dead in a nearby gully with an empty bag. The Hardys warn Sam she can't trust anyone. She gets so upset she starts crying. Joe helps calm Samantha down, and she kisses him on the cheek. He knows this would be a great time to kiss her back, but he chickens out. Joe! You are always teasing Frank about being too shy around girls, but you're just as bad. When Tommy sees Joe had a private moment with Samantha, he tries to beat Joe up. Joe uses his kung fu moves to knock Tommy out. As in, Tommy reels backwards for 10 feet before falling down and drooling. When did Joe become a kung fu master? The next day, everyone sits down to dinner in a circle, and Dr. Munir is killed by a poisoned dart. Specifically, he's shot in the back of the neck. I'm a little confused as to how that's possible, because everyone is sitting in a circle. It's physically impossible for the culprit to face Dr. Munir and hit him from behind with a dart at the same time. If the culprit was hiding behind Dr. Munir, then the murder should have been easy to solve. The culprit's the one person who wasn't sitting in the circle with the others. I don't think the author thought this murder all the way through. Munir's thugs run away, and the group argues over who's in charge. Again, Frank is sad that he has to follow the mission instead of the hot girl. The culprit tries to kill the Hardys with scorpions, and without any explanation, Samantha becomes a smart person. That was a little weird. She goes from a total airhead who yips like a dog to someone who makes logical deductions about murder attempts. Continuity? Smart Samantha recreates the map from memory and leads them to the tomb. It's blocked by rocks. Dr. Volsky sneaks off in the middle of the night so he can enter the tomb himself. This leads to a maze. Layla reveals that when she snuck into Sam's tent, she copied the map onto her henna arm tattoos, and she uses this map to lead them through the maze. It turns out Volsky's not the culprit. He got lucky and found a monkey that led him through the maze. There are live monkeys in ancient Egyptian tombs, despite the fact that the pathway was totally blocked earlier. Okay. Dr. Volsky accidentally sets off a trap. A giant stone ball rolls down from the ceiling and crushes him. Everybody else dodges, and I'm surprised the Hardys did not sing the Indiana Jones theme song. The culprit is the camera crew. They take credit for the attempted murders and actual murders, but they don't give any explanation as to how or why. They try to kill everyone in a snake pit. Luckily, it turns out Ahmed is a snake charmer and a member of the Egyptian Special Police. He plays a flute to distract the snakes, then arrests the culprits. That's nice, but as I said in Book 6, snake charming doesn't work that way. In real life, snakes don't stand still whenever they hear music. Snakes don't hear music because they don't have ears. In reality, the Hardys would be dead right now. The end. Postbook follow-up. Yola appears in the final chapter. It seems she's living in Bayport full-time, even though 2 books ago, she left to go to school full-time. Continuity! I don't know why this series is so inconsistent about Yola. Yola and Callie dated the Hardy Boys in the original book series. I don't know why Yola keeps getting mentioned while Callie doesn't. Unless Yola is way more popular than Callie, it makes no sense to bring her up in over 5 books while only mentioning Callie once. This book has way too many characters. The expedition has the Hardy Boys, Samantha, Tommy, Layla, the 2 doctors, Ahmed, and the 3 cameramen. That's 11 characters, not including the 5 unnamed thugs. As a result of the large cast, characters have a habit of disappearing for large chunks of time. I kind of forgot about Dr. Volsky and Ahmed at the end, because it had been over 50 pages since they last did anything. The characters fight constantly, which would make for good reality TV, but sometimes makes for slow progress. Unlike most books, this mission doesn't come with its own theme song. Clearly, the theme for the mission should have been Walk Like an Egyptian. The book's song reference is the title of Chapter 2. The Hardys are in a bazaar, so the chapter is titled How Bizarre, How Bizarre. Overall, this is not a good book, although it has its moments. There are too many characters, and the culprit's plan was not thought out. There are continuity issues, like Sam changing personalities, and a dropped subplot about Dr. Munir's ill-gained fortune. If it wasn't for the cool location, this book would be forgettable. I give Hardy Boys Undercover Brothers number 13, The Mummy's Curse, a 3 out of 10.